Besides the inability when it comes to distinguishing between fiction and reality, another sign I saw that anime was being infiltrated by the politically correct activist-minded types was the voice casting drama a few years back that it seemed to creep back up. I remember hearing about the Yoruichi outrage of how the voice actor Wendy Lee didn't match the skin tone or potential ethnic background of the character, something I first found hilariously absurd, like this can't be true, but nowadays it's standard for the politically correct types. Still, I remember thinking these people complaining can't be serious. Casting the right people for a live action is completely understandable because there's a visual component attached to it, but the whole point of voice acting is that you're acting with your voice. It doesn't matter what you look like, hence why it's called voice acting. But that kind of logic is immediately ignored when your mind is hijacked by modern day thinking, or better yet, lack of. And thankfully that didn't stop her from being recasted in 1,000-Year Blood War, but still getting criticized by even her own colleagues in her own field. Recasting Yoruichi is not a harmless act, wrote the voice of Terry in The Dragon Prince, Benjamin Collins. Actions like this set a standard for racist bigots, of course, who watch the show. It tells them if we scream loud enough, we can get people of color uncast. Also, the voice of Desuhiko, Thunderbolt from Master Detective Archives Raincode, said, "Generally speaking, it's cool when productions don't kowtow to racist losers throwing tantrums about diversity hires in their anime dubs." I mean, this really sums up the hatred for anime fans and why there is such a disdain for the whole localization, voice actors, everything. And they wonder why there's such a disconnect between the fans and them. And there's more of these, but you get the point. And I'm sure these are the types when a Kakegurui live action gets announced with obvious race swaps, these people have nothing to say.
Pay no attention to these hypocrites, Neo.
And now I hate to see the same mentality being applied to the new coming movie of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The Legend of Aang: The Last Airbender confirms original voice actors were recast in order to match actors' ethnic racial background to the characters.
I'm out.
When asked directly by a user, is there any reason why you guys decided not to bring the original cast back for the ultimate nostalgia trip, the casting director asserted, since the original show was released, there's been more emphasis in voiceover to match actors' ethnic racial background to the characters they're portraying. Avatar: The Last Airbender is a fictional world, but there are cultural influences for each nation kingdom, and we wanted to explore the talent from those groups, she added. I can't say much more about it, the film, except that I'm really proud of this cast, and I hope the other fans keep an open mind to this new iteration of our beloved characters. You know, there's a reason why they keep recycling things from the past, because 90% of what current Hollywood produces fails miserably. So they must use nostalgia bait to reel in an audience for an already tried and true product. Problem is, when you pull stunts like these, you lose somebody like me who's willing to invest or pay top dollar to revisit a classic such as Avatar. I've grown accustomed to the original voices and can't picture the characters without them, especially Dante, the actor, which isn't confirmed if he's been replaced, but him alone goes beyond Zuko. I mean,
Rufio. You can fly, you can fight, and you can...
I just had to bring y'all back, but you get my point. And you see this same mentality being applied to things like The Simpsons, with the Apu character, a show that pokes fun at all characters and stereotypes, now considered offensive because it's not played by an actual Indian voice actor, which goes to highlight the skill of taking on many accents by the original voice actor. And it just makes me cherish more and more my own childhood and early adolescence. We just weren't bothered by all of this bullshit back then.
This is bullshit!
We were just allowed to enjoy ourselves without the risk of being offended and having political correctness running rampant like a virus flowing through everything, killing the idea of fun and creative freedom. Even going as far as disabilities, because it says the actress playing Toph is also a blind person, as if it would be disqualifying if she wasn't. And that also reminded me of the Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston movie, where Bryan Cranston, I think that's that actor's name, the guy from Breaking Bad, I might know who I'm talking about, where his character plays a crippled in a wheelchair in that movie. And I remember activists got mad as usual, saying he's not crippled in real life and that's offensive to act as such. Like, do these people understand what acting is?
No.
And I hate that these idiots have been catered and listened to for so long. Like when I first heard that, I thought that was so stupid. That's like saying Jared Leto is not allowed to play a trans person in Dallas Buyers Club, or even Matthew McConaughey is not allowed to play an actual cancer or AIDS patient because he doesn't actually have cancer in real life. Like, this is some silly ass shit. And why I say political correctness sucks the logic and fun out of everything it attaches itself onto. I remember learning the original voice actor for the Rama English dub was a woman named Sarah Strong before being replaced by Richard Ian Cox, the voice of Inuyasha.
He's man!
Yeah, that's right, I'm a guy. Sorry about that.
At the time, I thought that we were surrounding you, but then I realized it was you who was drawing us in.
And though she's a woman and Richard's a guy, I preferred if she would have stayed. It didn't matter if she was a woman. I enjoyed hearing her voice being played as Rama. It didn't even occur to me to throw a fit like what these activists do when I first found out. Son of a bitch! Same for Samurai Jack, being played by Phil Lamar, I think is how his name's pronounced. I remember me and my brother used to watch Mad TV as a kid.
Oh, fine, go ahead. Go cry to mama, fat boy. That's all you are, just fat. And a mistake. You nothing but a big fat mistake.
And when my brother told me one of the actors from that sketch show played his voice, I said, oh damn, that's what's up. I would have never guessed that. He also played the Green Lantern from Justice League. So, I mean, there's so many examples of this same thing, but take this activist mindset to its logical conclusion, and we would have missed out on some of the best entertainment growing up. But thank God our childhood was allowed to just be. And I remember learning one of the early culprits for this way of thinking was someone named Sung Won, or Pro ZD, a voice actor himself, someone who advocated for accurate representation of voice actors to match the characters they're casted as, and in beautiful, karmic, poetic justice. It backfired on him, causing him to lose roles himself.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
And that goes to show these activists lack any foresight or thinking at all, only motivated by their feelings or how can this be seen as offensive. Political correctness is a virus that makes a victim out of anyone, even those responsible for spreading or advocating for it themselves, as this idiot I just mentioned. But that's all I have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I won't be watching this new iteration of Avatar. I no longer play that cat and mouse game Hollywood constantly is trying to do, giving us false hope with nostalgia bait just to trick you in the end. It's a game I've become well aware of at this point and would be a fool to continue to engage with it. So yeah. And if you haven't already, check out my music on Spotify, links in the description. If you love those Samurai Champloo lo-fi mellow boom bap vibes, then my music is definitely for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Free think. Peace.